Do you have over $500,000 saved up for retirement? If so, you have more to lose when it comes to Medicare, and so it's so important to get your Medicare decision right. And in this video, I'm going to talk about the most important things for you to look at or for you to consider as you're making your right Medicare decision to really protect that hard-earned retirement money that you have saved up over the years. Now, I'm Emily with the Medicare Coach. I'm a leading Medicare independent advocate. I'm not an insurance agent. I'm helping my clients through Medicare just as accountants help their clients through taxes. And on my channel, I share with you the inside tips to both help you make the right Medicare decision and to also get the most out of your Medicare benefits. Now, I helped my parents just a few years ago with their right Medicare decision, and since then have helped tens of thousands of people easily make their right Medicare decision too. So make sure you subscribe to the channel to get all of my inside tips. You've worked hard for Medicare. Let's now get the most out of it. So if you have a decent sized retirement account, right, I'd say about $500,000 or more, you have more to lose when it comes to your Medicare decision. The reality is a lot of people bankrupt themselves over healthcare costs, and Medicare is no exception. Unfortunately, not all Medicare plans are all that great. Now, if you don't have much savings, then you might as well just kind of bankrupt yourself and go into Medicaid, because Medicaid can cover certain things, including long-term care. It's not usually great, but it is an option. But again, if you don't want to be in that boat, if you don't want to be stuck in Medicaid, we want to be thoughtful around your Medicare decision to protect both your healthcare rights as well as your retirement savings. So as you're approaching your Medicare decision, there's 4 important things that I recommend that you look at. Just make sure you're not overlooking anything. And the first one is the network of the doctors that you want to see, as well as a network of doctors covered by your Medicare plan. When I first started here at the Medicare Coach, I got an email from a daughter, her name was Nora, emailing me asking for help for her dad. Her dad was on a Medicare Advantage plan. He found out he had a pretty aggressive cancer and he wanted a second opinion at MD Anderson, okay? So he wants to go to MD Anderson, but he's realizing that the Medicare plan that he picked will not cover his treatment at MD Anderson. And is there a way for us to fix it? The reality is because of how Medicare insurability rules work in most in most states, I cover this in more detail in other videos, but because of these insurability rules, it's really hard to change plans after you first join Medicare. So my point to you is this: Nora's dad either 1 is not going to go see MD Anderson, or 2, he's going to have to pay for 20% of the cost of his treatment and doctor's meetings out of his own pocket, which will quickly drain his savings. So as you approach Medicare, please be very thoughtful and think about what doctors do you want to see both now, but also in the future, and which Medicare program and plan fits you best, okay? One of the reasons why people end up having, again, a huge medical expense is because the doctors that they want to see are not covered by their Medicare plan. But if you are thoughtful and prepared in advance, this is a really easy thing to avoid, okay? Now, tip number 2 that you should be looking at is what are your out-of-pocket costs, right? What are your maximum out-of-pocket costs? So again, on original Medicare, you have about 20% of unlimited cost unless you have a Medigap or a Medicare supplement plan. So if you're on that original Medicare route, I recommend you get a Medigap plan to, again, reduce that financial burden, reduce that total out-of-pocket cost that you will have for Medicare. Now, Advantage plans also have their own maximum out of pocket. They're usually anywhere from I'd say $4,000 to $10,000 a year. Now, right, $10,000 a year out of pocket every year can quickly go through your between your $500,000 of savings, right? And so it's really important to, again, understand what are you paying? What are the costs? What are the total risks that you have? And are you comfortable with that given your overall financial situation, okay? Tip number 3, and I kind of reiterated throughout this, please get your Medicare decision right when you first join Medicare. Most people assume that you can switch Medicare plans every year, whether it be through Medicare's open enrollment period or whether it's through this so-called, what we're all familiar with through the Affordable Care Act in terms of guarantee issuance. That's not the case with Medicare. Yes, you can change your Part D plans and your Medicare Advantage plans every year, no matter what your health situation is, but you can't change your Medigap plans. And as I mentioned in tip number 2, Medigap plans are so important to protect what you pay out of pocket, the total amount you pay out of pocket when it comes to your healthcare. So please get Medicare right when you first join Medicare, okay? And tip number 4 is, likely if you have a savings of over $500,000 or more, you've likely had higher incomes over the year. And as you're getting closer to Medicare, you will come to find out that Medicare has high income penalties. Okay. Usually, as I'm recording this video, your income has to be over around $80,000 a year if you file taxes as an individual, and around $160,000, but more than that if you're filing as a couple. My point to you is this: if you have this high income penalty from your past work, from your past income, and you're no longer working, you should be asking Medicare to review that for you, okay? It's, again, one more way to just save you money along the way, so that way we're protecting that nest egg that you earned, that you've worked so hard for. Again, you have a good retirement savings. Let's protect that. Let's do certain things with Medicare to protect those rights, to protect that money, and that way you're not going to have to burden either yourself or your family when it comes to your healthcare or your money in the future. All right. I'm going to include some extra free resources down below to just help you through this important decision. But again, it's my pleasure to have you here and to walk you through Medicare. If you found this video helpful, give me a thumbs up. If not, let me know as well. And also subscribe to my channel to make sure you get more inside tips when it comes to Medicare to help you do what's right and best for you to protect both your healthcare rights and your savings. Here's to helping you easily make your right Medicare decision.